Alright, let's talk about squirrels and magic. So this is sort of related to Bloomborough, and I wanted to wait for some more Bloomborough previews so I have more stuff to talk about. So the story of squirrels and magic is sort of similar to the story of Beebles that I talked about a couple days ago. So originally squirrels came from the set Weatherlight. This was back during an era where magic still created random one-off tokens from things. Then the next year Unglued hit and Ron Spencer got another squirrel card and did a squirrel token. So what you need to understand about Unglued, the set, is that this was actually the first time Wizards had really printed tokens in any meaningful way. You got the standard stuff like Pegasus, Soldier, Zombie, Goblin. And then in green, we got Squirrel and Sheep. Now this is important because this will help explain why squirrels got so popular. Is because they were one of the only creatures to have actual tokens in physical Magic for a very long time. We got another squirrel card in Urza's Legacy, and pay attention to this art because we're going to see this art again and again, or references to it. And we got more squirrel support in Prophecy as part of the Mercadian Masks block. And then finally in Odyssey, Mark Rosewater has stated that he got squirrels all over the place because he likes them. And so there are a bunch of squirrel cards throughout the block and the following block in Onslaught. But there was always sort of the sentiment that squirrels are a little silly in Magic. Like, how does a squirrel go mano a mano with a trained soldier and the squirrel can do as much damage as the soldier? So the brand team, which for those of you who don't know what the brand team is, they are semi-marketing wing of Wizards of the Coast. It's hard to describe. It's much simpler to simply say they are in charge of the branding of the game. And so squirrels were eventually deemed too silly. The only time we would see them referenced was in Swarmyard during Time Spiral, where they were specifically doing very deep cuts. By the way, Swarmyard, good Bloomborough card. But the first card that actually made squirrels again was Acorn Catapult 9 years after the last squirrel producing card. And this was in a supplemental product. So basically squirrels were no longer appearing in main Magic sets, but they could appear in like unsets, and they could appear in a commander set like this. We started seeing them more when unsets returned with Unstable. Modern Horizons, because it was also that sort of deep cut-y set, also included squirrels. Now remember when I said remember this art? It's a reference back to Deranged Hermit. Except this one is Deep Forest Hermit. We got our first sort of Squirrel Lord in Unsanctioned with a Cornelia. And then Squirrels finally made a return to mainline Magic sets in Ikoria. Now in Ikoria, it makes a lot of sense because they needed lots of different creature types to mix things up with. But it seemed like something changed around that time period, and then we started getting more and more squirrels. I mean, it would be hard to do a Norse mythology set without a Ratatoskr equivalent. And then we got even more squirrels in Strixhaven, although these are Skurrids. Modern Horizons 2, we're making squirrel tokens again. And get a proper squirrel commander. Note, he is also going to be part of the Courageous Critters in Bloomborough. Chatterfang is back. Oh, and we also got yet another reference, Draykeeper, Deranged Hermit. And the art this time is also by Kev Walker, who did the original Deranged Hermit. Commander Legends Baldur's Gate created a background that creates squirrels tokens. Squirrels were back in Infinity, because of course they are. And Fallout, but that's because Fallout has these cute mutated guys right here. And then finally, we got Prairie Dogs under the type Squirrel in Outlaws of Thunder Junction. And now we've come full circle, and we have full-on Squirrel token the deck. And a big theme, the black-green side of Bloomborough, is going to be squirrels now. I think it's cute. I am a squirrel aficionado. I built a squirrel deck for one of my friends back in the day because he really liked squirrels. I even bought him that squirrel token I showed you, which was stupid expensive on the secondary market. But yeah, it's wild. We've come a long way from squirrels are too silly for Magic to squirrels headlining some Magic stuff. And yes, I have not forgotten about all your other requests. Squirrels was just on the list, and it was topical to Bloomborough, so I thought I'd hit it.